have no idea how this isn't the #1 wrestling podcast. I cannot believe what these marks listen to. I thought that one flip-a-doo was really a good flip-a-doo. I mean,
I've never heard you do a voice before.
that was an execution. The execution of that spinneroonie was A+. I love that spinneroonie. This is the Mark Ritter. And I thought that the way he sold that spinneroonie was exceptionally spinny. When he jumped off of the turnbuckle, lime, duh. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's do it again, baby. Hello. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Woo. Oh, yeah. Woo.
No more Mr. Nice Chew!
Not changing my lifestyle. I'm 4 or 5 women every day of my life.
Welcome to the Comedians of Wrestling podcast, the podcast where comedians dissect the wrestling to an unhealthy degree. I am your host, the host with the most viral stand-up about professional wrestling, Dan Black, a.k.a. Dunsky. Black Amora, a.k.a. Papa Oat Milk, the creatine dream, the king of content, baby. a.k.a. the modern day goof and spoof, Raja. Yeah, yeah.
Seems like you're a little stupid, but you're actually really stupid. So sometimes appearances aren't what age.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
It's the last of the true hybrids.
Coming at you like Cleopatra, baby, baby, gabba, gabba, wee.
Gabba gabba wee, gabba gabba gay, gabba 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 gabba
This
gabba.
girl, she's a mine. She's fine. What up, Jabroniacs? We are back in action for your satisfaction with all of our spicy, caliente wrestling reactions. Woo! Oh my God. Woo! Wow. Wow. How's everybody doing? We are at the end of the Winter War Games extravaganza. The last night, we have been recording podcast live streaming for the past 4 nights in a row. If you joined us for all that, I thank you. And also consider, since we are the kings of content, well, I am the king of content.
Correct.
Consider supporting the pod on patreon.com/comedians of wrestling if you dig what we're doing. We are upping all of what we are doing. Follow our YouTube channel. We are now cutting these episodes into proper pod/television shows over on the Dan Black Attack /comedians of wrestling YouTube channel. And also follow us on Instagram for clips at COW Podcast and Twitter at COW Podcast. And follow me at Dan Black Attack. All right, look, everybody. By the way, we're never asking for handouts, by the way, with this stuff. Ever, right? Go to patreon.com/comedians wrestling. You get access to our bonus episodes. We did 4 episodes in a row this week. Did we not? Too low?
We did. That is correct.
So, I got news for you. This Friday bonus episode, still coming out. You thought we were going to take off the rest of the week? Absolutely not. Absolutely.
Someone you idolize.
Head over to Patreon right
takes
now.
you under their wings.
Support this podcast before someone lets us know that we are spending too much time on it. All right. No. Anyway, guys. So we'll have an episode on Friday. And if I'm getting an echo.
Yeah. Hang on.
I'm getting an echo. Is that you?
He muted himself. He's fixing it.
Okay. Okay. And by the way, starting a new little thing here on the podcast. Hey, if you believe that I'm the king of content, and if you don't, then ignore this. I don't know, Venmo me $1. Venmo me $1.
Oh.
If you believe that I'm the king, if you believe I'm the king of content over at Dan Black Attack. I wrote this down a second before we recorded.
Yeah.
Venmo me $1
Yeah.
at Dan Black Attack. What's the big deal?
Wasn't there a time I convinced everybody to send you 50 cents?
Yeah, it wasn't enough.
What was it
At
for,
Dan
though?
Black Attack.
I don't even remember. You got a whole bunch of 50-cent donations to you.
It's fine. If you, it's not. Listen, I'm not begging. If
No.
you don't believe I'm the king of content, don't Venmo me $1.
Yeah.
But if you believe in your hearts of hearts, which I know most of you, if not all of you, do believe I'm the king of content, just at Dan Black Attack, Venmo me $1. Thank me. Anyway, so we'll have our bonus episode still coming out on Friday. We'll focus
course.
on NXT and just everything in the world of wrestling. The Friday nights, we crack, we swap out the LaCroix for little White Claws, and who knows what's going to happen over there. Last Friday night, I went on a tear about NXT. People were offended, and frankly, that's, what happens sometimes. And before we go on, I just want to say thank you for everybody who tuned into our live stream last night. We watched Impact live on the YouTube channel, and it was our first stream. I just want to say thank you guys for putting up with the technical difficulties of that episode. We're working on working it all out to make this all better for you guys. So there's going to be some growing pains. If we're messing up, all that means is that we are pushing this podcast to the next level. So always know that. So I appreciate that. And then I also want to just briefly mention, especially because he's texting me right now for the Zoom link, that I just want to apologize for Sheb's. A lot of people were complaining about Sheb's, Jason Shabiro, his behavior on the live stream last night. And I say that I didn't enjoy it myself. I felt like he was out of control in like a bad way. We know he's kind of like he's not to his benefit. He's not going through the easiest time right now. So is what it is. But anyway, yeah. So Shebs is texting me to get in the Zoom right now, and I'm not letting him in. He's gonna give me so much shit. He's gonna text me so much shit, but I'm not letting Shebs into the Zoom. But also, I apologize if he was like messing with your high on Impact. He was giving it a lot of shit, and he was giving Tula a lot of shit also on that.
I actually read on the dirt sheets that this is his suspension from the podcast is just a cover for his steroid use. Do you care to comment? I heard he got busted. I read that he got busted for juicing, and this is just kind of like
if Shebs is juicing, it's not showing. Anyway, we got too much wrestling to talk about to focus on this. But anyway, man. All right, so we're coming off. We just watched. By the way, I didn't give him a proper introduction, but he's here. He's a nasty boy, Nasty Newmanhagen in the house.
How about it?
What
Bitch.
up, my man? And also, as always,
is this my first? Is this like the bonus? Is this the actual? Is this a main
no, this
feed?
is the main app this week for this week.
Good.
It's a weird.
You want to join us on Friday, bud?
Nope.
Come on, man. We'll talk NXT.
He doesn't want to.
Maybe we'll see.
Your next stop, the Jabrones.
Sorry, the soundboard just put you in the Jabrones on.
I thought it was letting me know that I had arrived on the Friday episode.
Oh man, I gotta say.
Oh, good for you.
Okay. Anyway, yeah, no, this is our first episode. This is AEW focused mainly, but it is our main episode. Our Monday episode, if you're like, I want to hear about main roster, check out. We talked about Raw and SmackDown on the episode that came out Monday. Don't worry, we're covering it all, daddies. But,
we really are.
Yeah, we just came off a historic episode of AEW Dynamite. I just want to say this before we get into this episode. I thought this episode was fantastic.
10 out of 10.
Tulo saying 10 out of 10. Newman?
Yeah, it was great.
Great episode. I think so. We're all in agreement that it was a great 2 hours of wrestling television. I want to just say something like this. It's like, I want to put into perspective for you guys. These are huge men. When was the last time you guys saw a 2 hour episode of wrestling that had that much content that you cared about. Is
I
that
was-
fair?
So fair.
Because I feel like we are so conditioned as wrestling fans, and like even Shebs always says it, but he could be negative, but he always says like, "Oh, wrestling's not good," and we all understand where that comes from. Is that like, as a wrestler, sometimes wrestling is it's very hard to pull off wrestling. We always talk about this. It can be really hit or miss. Like everything that I love, we always talk about this improv. It's like when it's at its worst, both improv and wrestling are awful. Like you can't even understand why anyone like it. But those are two art forms when they're at their best. No one can touch it, and it's hard to describe what's so good about it. You can't even like. It's one of those. It's for you, and you could be like, all right, you don't get it, and honestly, I feel bad for you for not getting it, but I'm also not going to waste my time trying to convert you to this greatness, But when we watch pro wrestling, the more interesting thing is that we're conditioned from these WWE product, and I think this is a big byproduct of the 3-hour Raw. We're conditioned to understand that only 20% of it is going to be even watchable, right? Like. Or something like that. I don't know. We can argue about the percentage. I don't know what it is. But you're like, I felt like AEW tonight showed you that you can make a show that has all segments you care about by just investing in every story on the show. Like what on that show was just a throwaway match, like a throwaway segment. I'm sure there were some. So it's just I guess maybe the FTR match.
No, but that wasn't at all because that was their return back from the last time they wrestled. So
I agree. I cared about it. I'm struggling to think like what was a throwaway
there was nothing.
Nothing. It had a killer main. It had almost felt like had ABC storylines that you were into.
D, E, and F too. I mean, the whole thing. You got Abaddon. You actually got a bunch of new women's segments. Brawls backstage, establishing partnerships. You had Abaddon looking like. I mean, I was recording live on Twitch.
We're interested. Everyone's interested in that.
I was recording live on Twitch. I'll pull the clip. I'll send it to Phil. But I got that I was so fucking scared. And it was actually cool because usually something like that happens and we haven't seen it from Sheeta. But Sheeta comes out, smacks her with this is a Mark Dead End. Smacks her with the
is a Mark Dead End?
Kendo stick over the head.
I need a sound drop for the Mark Dead End.
Undertaker is retired. The first time we've seen someone rise up.
You didn't know?
What we thought was someone being dead
Right,
other
Tulo,
than the
let's
Undertaker.
stop you with the Mark Dead End. So, by the way, let's explain what a Mark Dead End is.
Yeah, please.
That's when Tulo's marking out so much that he's just saying how good it is that he has no point. And so he keeps marking out, trying to look for a point, but it's a dead end. You just have to, and it's good. You called it out. Bro, you're a huge mark. You're going to have a Mark Dead End. It's a good sign, though. It's a good, that's like a dove after battle or something,
Correct. Sure.
But
Peace.
yeah, dude, let's break it down the big segments. We heard from Sting, right? Which we'll get into all the specifics of these segments.
Yeah.
We heard from Omega, right? We heard from Shaq, which mattered a lot. So they were setting all that up. We had a killer main event that threw it on the grill with some steaks, baby. Had a lot of stakes to it. The main event felt like they cared. They also created an environment. I don't know what they're doing at Full Sail, what kind of COVID rules they're breaking over. Not Full Sail, at the Daly's place. What kind of rules they're breaking over there. But, they're making it sound like a full fucking house over there, no?
Yeah, definitely sounded like Full House, for sure. For sure, it sounded like there was about 20,000 people there, or at least 10,000 people there tonight.
I have one major complaint. And the show kicked off with a Young Bucks match, right? So, putting the tag titles on display, I don't know. I thought it was
a really good Young Bucks match, too.
Really excellent show. Well, they know because they know they're going to get some eyes. They know they have Shaq. So they're like, these are the Young Bucks. Let's put the Young Bucks on display to kick off the show because they know people. And then put the Sting segment second. I thought that booking was great, So I loved it. Anyway, let's get into the specifics of all of it. One thing I was disappointed by, no Angelico entrance.
Oh, my God.
What the fuck? That was actually a major disappointment.
Fuck? What the fuck? when I saw them in the ring, I was like, "Fuck, man, that sucks."
That's not
That
a way to
sucks.
cut. We don't cut time.
But Dan, we have Angelico next week versus somebody. I don't know. He's got a singles match against.
Is it
somebody
not Angelico?
Angelico.
It's
whatever.
Angelico. It is.
Yeah.
It's Angelico.
But I'm hoping we get a little redemption. We get a full entrance next week, and I hope he.
Tulo, turn your mic down a little bit.
I hope he.
Tiny bit.
I hope he throws it, like throws something out to us. Maybe throws up a COW. Can you imagine if he comes out? Can you give me a little
Mark dead end.
Can you
Mark
give me a
dead
little?
end.
Is he
Can you
marked
give
that
me a
ending?
little- No, this is not marked dead end. Give me a little music.
Okay.
H. 2. It's the last of the true hybrids.
Yeah, we get to end Helico dance. Oh, and throw up the COW?
Yo, you think we can get him to do it?
No, absolutely not.
Not in a
He's
million
not gonna
years.
break
no.
character to plug our podcast too long.
That's not breaking character.
That's
He's
a
doing
new-
could
that's a
make
new
it into
level
like
of
a
the mark
dance
dead
or
end.
something. He could subtly maybe just give us the OW on like the eye and does
well,
the
I would
thing.
say if there was a chance he was going to do it, the first thing we want to do is know him. That would help, right? At all.
He's like he's like the post of the Weekend at Bernie stuff, man. He knows what's going on. He's seen it.
All right. I mean, he's
He's
like
following.
all right. I mean, listen, anything is possible. I always believe that. Anything's
Yeah.
possible. You know what I mean?
Possible.
Well, I mean, if he's
Pesapani, I
anything
just
like
wanna say-
if he's
Oh, yeah,
anything
go.
like me, everything that I like on social media, I dive fully into and I understand everything about it and I become fully engrossed and I become a fan of it. I'm definitely not just scrolling, liking bullshit that has, interest to me. So I'm sure you're right, Tulo. I'm sure he knows who we are.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Absolutely. Pesapani, by the way, the first guy to Venmo me. First guy to Venmo me.
That doesn't make any sense.
Yo, but he Venmoed me 69 cents.
Nice.
So Pesapani, does that mean you think I'm the king, the smooth operator, by the way, behind the scenes, making this all work smoothly, despite Tulo's antics? Phil, what does 69 cents mean? Am I the king of content or no?
I mean,
I think it's worth more than $1.
Wait, what are you saying?
69 cents is worth more than $1.
I agree.
Oh, okay. You're giving me a little. Yeah, you know what? All right, I'll take it. That's true. Because then I get to look at it and go, oh, money, and then I also get to go, also,
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you. That's a great point. Actually, everybody, Venmo me 69 cents.
Yeah, fuck that. Fuck a
Fuck
dollar.
the dollar. Fuck the dollar, man.
Fuck
Everybody,
a dollar.
if you want,
This
well,
is
it's up to you.
McDonald's coffee. This is McDonald's coffee over here. 69 cents.
Absolutely.
Any size.
Anyway, so yeah, they didn't give us the Angela joke entrance. Anyway, look, a lot to
Impressive.
talk about. Let's jump right into Kenny Omega before 2 hours go by and we're like, we didn't even talk about Kenny. Okay, so Kenny Omega, I think that the Kenny Omega promo he cut on tonight on Dynamite and on TNA, those were basically the same promos, right? And which makes sense because. Well, him and Don Callis were making a lot of the same points because they had not as much eyes on it. That makes sense because they were like getting their message out. So I had no
Yeah.
problem with that.
This one felt different. I would
Yeah,
say.
no, and it felt different because it was in the
AEW.
arena there. Yeah. But I personally dug the TNA segment more than I liked tonight. Both were cool. Let's first comment on the outfit, guys. What did you think of Kenny's outfit? He showed up in a chopper.
Mhm.
Great. There's no downside to showing up in a chopper ever. I like to show up in kind of like I don't know anything about helicopters, but I want to call that a Canadian chopper. You know what I'm
A
talking
whirly
about?
bird. Yeah, I think they call them whirly birds.
That's
up
a
there.
whirly birdie.
Yeah, there's like ones that look
Oh,
like
look at that whirly bird.
more substantial. They look like a more substantial flying object.
Yeah.
And then there's the ones that look like they're kind of built out of like the shell of one that's finished. You know what I
I mean, frankly, I'm a little surprised you don't know anything about helicopters. It's just lift versus force versus drag. Like I don't see what the big deal is.
Oh, good for you. You were asking for that. But he showed up in I'll listen, I'm going to say this straight, but it's not really a negative. He's not my favorite chopper. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't think Flair would roll in that chopper. That's all I'm going to say. Okay? That being said, it's probably cool because Tony Khan probably owns that chopper. Which is
Yeah,
pretty cool.
both of them.
Small adjustment I would make is instead of a chopper, he should pull up in a speedboat.
Oh yeah.
Whoa, because they're on the water.
I think there's. I mean, it's right. There's got to be water somewhere.
Yeah.
Yo,
Jacksonville?
what if he showed up like Waterworld style, like the show at in Universal here?
Riding
What
a
if you, can you
Shamu.
jump? Can you jump into the? You know, you're like full speed. They're like, it's Kenny. He's in a cigarette boat.
Could you imagine? Could you a
He's
Shamu?
approaching it way too fast.
Him coming up like a SeaWorld employee on like the nose of Shamu, coming up out of the water.
Yo, I want Kenny to roll up on a killer whale, bro.
Yeah.
Riding it like woo. Yo, somebody's got to take these entrances to the next level, like the Deep in The Boys. I want.
That's exactly what I was freaking thinking, man.
Yeah, but yo, well, that's a killer scene in The Boys where they crash the boat into the water.
Oh my god, dude.
Oh, that show's fucked up.
I have to
that
finish
show.
watching that.
Oh, great show. The Boys is
Yeah.
a great show. But especially if you like Bully Joel or Long Island.
Yep.
Yo,
Yep.
so anyway, imagine that though. Kenny comes up in a boat and he does kind of like an Arnold Schwarzenegger like chase scene style jump off a dock, and then
I'm thinking like from the Hypnotized video, like Notorious B.I.G. style, you know, or
Oh.
I'm thinking Bad Boys.
So anyway, here's the deal. So Kenny, what do you think of Kenny's outfit? That's specifically what I asked you guys.
Miami Vice Kenny, man. I'm here for
Miami
it.
Vice, right?
Yeah,
Very
you know,
Miami
whatever.
Vice?
Those whatever he's wearing on his feet were Electric Factory. I think the whole look, it could have been a little bit more Miami Vice if he was going. It was more Miami Vice casual, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah,
I think that's what Kenny.
I felt like there was a lack of choice happening. That
He
I
doesn't,
didn't like.
dude. This is Kenny.
Kenny's- Yeah, it was okay.
Is it?
It was okay.
Is it cosplay?
No.
No, it felt more like
Rich
like
ass.
Is
Tulo
it
said.
cosplay?
Tulo said that he might know the person. Any update on that, Tulo? The person who styles.
It
Kenny?
wasn't him.
It wasn't
not
him.
Was not him.
Oh, all right. So that was another mark that end.
Yes.
Okay. So, well, I think somebody's styling him, but they're making him look too like. It looks like I don't know what that movie was called, but it looks like he got divorced and he's getting back out there and someone's dressing him. Like you're going to the party.
Crazy Stupid Love. That's the best.
Yeah,
One of my
Crazy
favorite
Stupid
movies. One of the best movies of all time.
I don't know about that, but
David Lindhagen. You know how much pain you caused, my friend?
I only saw that one time in the theaters.
What?
Yeah, I only saw it one time in the theaters.
Watch it again. Trust me.
Okay, I will.
There's a lot of beef out here.
But so, yeah, right. Like I felt like it was cool, but I like the Kenny entrance he added. He doubled the amount of ladies with
Ladies,
brooms.
yeah.
They're dancing. I pop for their dancing now. I'll say, it's just the whole package is a little like, it's a little all over the place for me. Like I like it. I dig it all. I'm fully digging Kenny. I feel like Kenny's back. I'm safe to say Kenny's back. He definitely is seeming cool in the promos. He has control. Whether or not it's true or not, it feels like he worked us. He knew you wanted him to do better, and he was willing to put that aside to have this moment, and it's working. And Don Callis is full on one of my guys.
Those rose-colored lenses,
what?
man.
The star of Kenny Omega's rise to me is Don Callis, who is pulling off sleaze in such in such an incredible way,
Yeah.
right?
Straight up Grand Theft Auto character.
Yes, straight up Grand Theft Auto character. He's straight up. He's like from Vegas, right? He's been a car dealer for 40 years at the table. You know, they won't. He can't become a pit boss. Like they don't even trust him enough to like run a couple tables.
I honestly would put him in a cowboy hat. I call him Cowboy Don, man. Something crazy. He needs like something else about him. Man. He's got the sunglasses.
Do you think he needs anything else besides just like Canadian trash? Like his accent is so thick.
Yeah.
The glasses are like
Kenny,
it's like he thinks he's
by
hot.
God, Omega, buddy.
I loved when Kenny was like yelling like he's like, I worked everyone. He was like explaining how he worked everyone. He's like, we did this for a year, we waited, and I worked. I was like, man, that felt like it was directed right at my soul. Like I was like, fuck, man. I was like, Kenny, god damn it. Like that on national TV, you gotta do me like that. That's what it literally felt like. I mean, I like tonight better than I like TNA. More so because it was live also. So we had to deliver.
They're both like compliments to each other. But what I'm saying is that in terms of the specifics, well, there was one thing unclear tonight, but we'll get into that. But the specifics of last night, I felt like they pulled off like I love the whole thing of like calling somebody a Stanford stooge.
Yeah.
They were giving
Ambrose
shit for that.
Called them Ambrose.
They said Ambrose, and they were like kept saying like, "Oh, go back to that place where you came from." They're clearly referring to WWE. You know what I mean? They have like no respect for anyone who's been in WWE, even though Callis has been in WWE.
Yeah.
And they had this like whole story about like, 27 years ago, I was trained by Kenny's uncle. And I saw that this kid was the best, and I planted this. He's like, "You think I came back into wrestling to be a fucking podcaster to announce New Japan?" You know what I mean? He's like, I rewatched it. He's like, "No, I came back here for this level." And what I love about it, they're not directly talking about money, but what they're doing in AEW that really works for me is in WWE right now. It feels like these titles are toys. People complain about it. They're like, it's like, oh, you win. They're kind of have like, and what they mean is that they don't feel like they change your life. It feels like it's just it literally feels like the actual title is what you have. It's just a belt. Here it feels like Kenny. It's like, wow, like what a prestigious honor. Like they're holding that title on such a high level, and also at the same time they're holding Kenny hit him with a microphone, which is like pretty tame compared to a lot of the shit we've seen even in AEW and compared to All Wrestling. But they're like, can you believe what a despicable act? Everyone is like, no, everyone is disgusted by Kenny for hitting him with a microphone. Like the microphone is not that bad.
It's not even bad compared to like the normal moves they pull off in a match. Like the one-winged angel is way worse than hitting somebody with a microphone.
Right. Everybody's like, yeah, I really hate how you want it. Like everyone is has the same memo. They're like, it's like, all right, everybody in the back, you're all so disgusted by Kenny using a microphone in a match when the ref's back is turned. Let's put that into perspective. Like, tonight,
Huge man.
MJF had a bat in the ring. That's literally like could kill somebody, you know? Mm-hmm. Like, you'd have to work really hard to kill somebody with a microphone. And everyone's like, wow, I can't believe what he did. And you're like, that's fun. It's like fun that there's like a coherent message there, you know?
Totally.
They called it it was like, people are calling it the golden screw job is what he said. You're like, all right. He also called, I think he called Josh Matthews an ignorant little worm, which I enjoyed. But yeah, I got to get that sound drop. I meant to get it. But Don Callis saying, I love comic books. He had a couple of lines where he's just kissing the champ's ass because he's like, this guy's my meal ticket. I'm a nothing. I'm like so lucky to be here.
Yeah.
It was great. Not to mention the collector's angle, which is the main thing to take away, which he didn't really mention tonight, right? But Kenny's talking about becoming the collector. Tulo, I know you're chomping at the bit. Just say what happened to you.
I called it.
Go.
I called it as soon as it happened. Right after I said Kenny is Thanos, and his stones are titles. And when he gets all the titles that he's chasing, he's going to be so powerful and such a huge strength that no one will be able to compete with him, not even WWE. Snaps the fingers and he runs it. Yeah, he's going to go after NWA. He's going to go after, and the final one will be New Japan. And when he gets the title off Ibushi at New Japan, that's when he'll hold them all at the same time. I mean, it's the Kenny World Tour. I mean,
you think all these companies are going to let Kenny have their titles?
Yes.
How is this different than the conquest of gold? How is that different?
Same concept. Okay. It's the same concept. No, well, I thought that Tula was specifically talking about the tweet because he texted us or Discorded us our new updated tech. These guys trying to boomer me onto Discord. But come on, Venmo.
9:30 in the morning. I was like
69 cents. He was like, "Yo, we got to make a graphic of the Infinity Stone with Kenny with each title on it, and then the other ones, and then like 20 minutes later, it's like, oh fuck, someone beat us. Tweeted it right back at us.
The guy had
Discord
the and everything.
Our operation's not fully operational yet.
Discord is where like school shooters plan their next attack.
I don't know.
That's the type of app that is.
Well, I mean, Phil's got us on there, so watch out, Newman. We're coming for you, man.
I mean that he can. I mean, I'm just saying he knows. He knows that that's like we can also use that app, but that's like the kind of place that kind of thing happens.
I don't know anything about it. I mean, I've just been on there. I haven't felt any inkling to commit crimes yet, but yeah. So I mean, look, Kenny. We don't know what's next for Kenny. He showed up. I felt like the only thing I was just the outfit was the only thing I was disappointed. There was two things I was semi disappointed by, and then and my dad actually. I'm actually gonna call him my dad, but here. So look, two things. First thing is his outfit. I thought he could have done better, you know, but it's fine, whatever. And then also his he was trying to. They were like, we have this big announcement, and then they were trying to pull this angle that's like, and this always happens in AEW. This is in WWE kills AEW on. They're like, I think they were trying to pull off a thing that's like they're not ready for a big announcement, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it was like kind of unclear, right? It wasn't delivered properly. Because the whole time they're like, we have a huge announcement for Dynamite. Did they make that announcement?
No, Kenny was like, you think that's all, you think we planned over a year just to do this?
There's more. Callis cut him off, right?
And he cut him off, yeah.
Right, but it wasn't like those guys, you need to understand, this wrestling's big and broad. It needs to be like, I'm going to tell you the guys at Callis needs to be like, wait. And then they need to have like they need to block these things, like
right.
Which is like, hey, be like, no, I think we should. Yeah, you know what? You're right. We just decided, right, that you guys are not ready, and then they go, ooh, like milk them. If the moment is like a switch, it felt just like they ran out of time. You have to make everything seem way more deliberate, or it looks like you just ran out of TV time. Right.
Yeah, they should have huddled up and been like, maple syrup, elks, snow.
Sierra Hotel.
Dungarees. Yeah.
I like the thing that they keep saying. That's how the match at New Japan they made happen between Jericho, and that's what Tony Khan always says is what made AEW.
Yeah, that you can't steal something you created.
Yeah,
that's great.
Now they're taking credit. They're saying they created AEW, and Tony's just a puppet. He's got the guy. They schemed Tony into giving them their monies to do this all. Like that's the story, right? I mean,
correct.
Thank you.
Yeah, guys, I'm gonna call my dad quick. My dad, I talked to my dad earlier. My dad had a little message for Kenny Omega that he wanted to get out there. Let's see if we'll pick up. It's late for him.
Oh yeah, 11 o'clock.
Yeah. Richie, you're on the podcast.
He always picks up.
What up, Richie? You were telling me. We were talking about the Kenny Omega promo. And then you had something you wanted to say to Kenny Omega.
Yeah, Kenny Omega.
He's literally in bed right now.
Yeah.
He has his own watch.
The Kenny Omega watch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know what it is.
Yeah.
I am challenging him to a duel. To comic books. And he wants Spider-Man #1, and I have Spider-Man #1.
Whoa!
Number 3, number 4, number 5, 240. I even have before #1 was Amazing Fantasy #15, the introduction of Spider-Man. So if Kenny Omega wants those comics, he'll have to fight me for it.
Wow! What the fuck just happened?
Wait, so Richie, this is true. He said, so Kenny Omega said he likes comic books, and Don Callis was like, I like comic books, which I need that drop. It was so funny. It's like, Don, shut the fuck up, And so he said that, and then he also said, he's like, yeah, I right now have the Superman 1, which is what AEW Dynamite, AEW title is, right? Because AEW title is the most rare, and we know the Superman comic, Superman #1 is, Adventure Comics 1, is that what it's called? Action Comics 1, sorry. Sorry, virgins. Action Comics 1 is the most expensive of all the comic books. And then he was like, if I get an X-Men #1 also, because he's talking about collecting, and he's like, if I get a Spider-Man #1, that would be great. And he was saying Spider-Man #1 is the Impact title. So basically, my dad is challenging Kenny Omega for your copy of Amazing Fantasies 15. Is that what you're saying?
And #1. And Spider-Man
You'll throw those in.
Amazing Fantasy 15, the introduction to Spider-Man against the Fantastic Four.
Wow. So
maybe you can wrestle for Richie.
Wow. All right. So I mean, wait, would you allow me to wrestle in your place, considering you're a 70-year-old man?
Absolutely.
You be my manager? All right. So we say
You're the champion anyhow.
I'm the cow champ.
You're the cow champ.
Kenny is trying to collect titles.
Okay. So right now I want to tell you this: Kenny Omega,
Tulo.
and as my dad calls you, Kenny Omega Watch. Me and the Black family. Me and my father. You heard it. The owner of Amazing Fantasies 15. If you wrestle me, I will put that comic book on the line. And you don't have to put anything on the line. You just give me the opportunity to just touch you, That would be cool. Like, just to take a V-trigger. Honestly, Kenny Omega, if you V-trigger me in a bout, I will give you my dad's comic. It's basically, I think that's like $20,000 for a V-trigger. It's a fucking good deal. That's a fucking good deal, Kenny. Kenny Omega, I expect to hear from you by next episode, December 16th, 2020. And I can put a deadline on this because I'm offering value. You challenge me to a match with my father in my corner. We're putting our copy, the family copy of Amazing Fantasies 15 against you. And yes, I'll be honest, if you V-trigger me once, I will eat a pin. All right, Richie, you can go to sleep now.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Have a good one.
Oh, your new catchphrase? Have a good one?
And also,
Yeah.
can you smell what the recipe's cooking?
All right, goodbye. Wow.
Man.
Let's
Unbelievable.
go! Come on!
Wow.
Kenny
Looks like
Omega, you have 168 hours to respond.
Yeah.
Wow.
Don't be a little bitch.
Oh, my God. You think my brothers are going to be cool with the fact that I give them fucking comic book away to Kenny Omega to
Yes.
beat me up?
Their inheritance.
Yes. We'll buy you another one.
Dude, that probably is my...
Yo, I didn't know your dad had. Yo, I'm telling you.
Yeah,
right
that blew my mind.
You might have just. That might have been just like one of the best moments in cow history, just for the simple fact that I don't think anybody ever. I never knew that about Richie Black.
Yeah, my dad collected comic books when he was a kid. But, I mean, I think he sold a lot of them at this point, and they're, yeah. But anyway, so.
He said he has like Spider-Man 0, right? And Spider-Man 1 through 40.
No, I think he sold a lot of them, though, but he does have a lot of the early Spider-Man books.
That's crazy.
And they're not in his fucking home, you dumbass marks.
Yeah.
So don't rob my parents.
They're in an undisclosed location.
You'll never get to them. But anyway, so yeah, wow. So let me tell you, I will guarantee you this: there's no podcast out there right now
I got fucking
that
goosebumps.
responses to Kenny Omega's title is the host challenging them for something they wanted, something they asked for. He has no matches coming up. Why not fucking wrestle me, Kenny? Unbelievable.
He's afraid. That's why not. He's afraid.
By the way, do you guys think I would look small next to Kenny in the ring? Be honest.
How much you weigh
Yeah.
now? How much you weigh now? What are you, 200?
205.
Wow. You're a cruiserweight. Congrats, man.
205 live, baby.
You could squat Keith Lee, and you're a cruiserweight. That's the year. Numbers are adding.
And the winner of that match will go on to face Drew McIntyre.
You know Phil, how much does Kenny Omega weigh?
They bill him at 220.
Oh, 220? So
Yeah.
you wouldn't look that small.
I mean, 15 pounds.
Height and weight? What is he? 6? He's probably built 6'3".
He's definitely he's definitely leaner than me, but like I don't know, man. If I got 10 and then you know, I don't know. I fucking had to take off from the working out this week to get my COVID
The
test.
thing is, though, Dan,
got a COVID test today. My nose, they jammed that thing up my nose. It's horrible.
Oh, I got one.
Horrible.
I literally
Where'd you go?
Can't not cry.
I had it on set. They gave me that. By the way, we're talking about my body right now, and we're talking about auditioning. We're talking about like being on set. So I had to shoot this thing, and they had to put me in wardrobe today. And like, my legs have grown so much from squatting and shit. They're putting me in suit pants. Literally, they gave me like 5 or 6 to try. Then the whole team of wardrobe gathered around, asked me to turn around and face the wall so they could all look at my ass and legs. To
No.
like all be like, do you think this looks okay? I'm not fucking around. I was like, this is the funniest moment. I wish you guys were here to see this. Like, they're
Oh
all,
my God.
literally, they're all like whispering because they don't want to like offend me to be like, this guy's a fucking huge ass.
This guy's thick as fuck.
It
Look
was
at his
like-
fucking ass.
this
Can we,
other guy-
maybe we can sew 2 different pairs of pants together.
Why is the bottom of the jacket doing that
This is-
above his ass?
I've never seen an actor with an apple bottom before. This is insane.
Holy shit. What are those muscles on his shoulders?
I mean,
I've
is
never
this
seen
guy
this before.
is this guy a centaur or what? Like, what's going on? His bottom half's a horse.
What do you think he weighs? 205? Maybe he's a wrestler.
You know the you know how like pants have like suit pants have a pleat, you know? Like,
Yeah.
So, but not like a real deep pleat. They'll just have like a little one, you know?
Yeah.
Like on my thighs, the pleat's gone, but then it comes
Yeah.
back when it goes down. You know what I mean? It's gone, and then it comes back at the quad. There's no pleat. You know what I
No.
mean? So the
Can't.
woman's like, this guy's fucking leg swallowing the pleat. You know what I'm saying?
Did she say that?
No.
Oh.
This woman, she was awesome, by the way. But she was British. This is the one line I heard her say to her friend, to the not her colleagues. It was the team of 3. They huddled up, which I hadn't seen them do until I was facing the wall and they were looking at my ass. Okay, and she goes. This woman's like, this is the only line I heard her say. She goes, well, we don't have those. We don't have those. And then they go, all right, you're good. Then they're like, all right, you're good to go. We got you. Like they were clearly not satisfied with how my legs were swallowing the pleats. And then I said to the woman, she was like, oh yeah, let's go up in a size. And I go, yeah, I know. It's just I've been squatting a lot this year. And I go, you wish that was a joke. And the fucking other guy there was like, well, the other guy's there is a comic. He's like, he was a cool guy. He's just like this, regular bodied, skinny guy, cool guy, funny guy. And he was just like, this guy was like, why is this such a spectacle? And I was like, I'm trying to fit. I'm always just trying to fucking blend in. Anyway, oh, man. I also have like, this woman was like a really serious British woman. Those people are like my kryptonite.
Yeah, mine too, dude.
They're literally this woman.
Bro.
She literally like 4 times, and I'm on her side, by the way. I'm on her side. 4 times was just like, shut up, like just flat out like no, and like stop talking, stop moving, turn around, stop like that, and then she doesn't go like. People like to comfort me. They go, stop moving already. Like, they like try to be cute about it, but they're trying. This woman was just like, yo, you're out of control. Like, what is wrong with you? Take medication. Get your shit together.
So she was saying all the things that we always want to say to you, but we never do. But
She didn't say any of that, but it was all implied, which is like,
She was
where
like-
I'm from, no one has any patience for you. It's
Oh,
ridiculous.
bruv, get diagnosed, mate. Get diagnosed and get on medication, mate.
Just talk to someone, mate.
She literally, first off, you both did Australian. I said she's British.
No, I did British. He did Australian.
Yeah, you said mate. And then she's like,
They say
where are you
mate?
from? Because I'm trying to clock my accent. she's like, you have a really thick accent. I was like, this woman is British. She said she had a British accent. She said, I have a
Yeah.
thick accent.
Oi, bruv, where you from, mate? You got a thick accent in it.
She was Vinnie Jones. It was unbelievable. I was getting finished
Oh,
by Vinnie
let me
Jones.
ask you a question, mate.
Yeah.
Where you from? Where your parents from? You got a thick accent, mate. You got a thick accent, mate. I'm trying to clock where you're from, mate.
Oh my god.
Oh
Anyway,
my God.
this woman, like, it's just like she was so cool, and like she was, but like if you are just like a no nonsense British person, you win. I can't do anything. Like you would dismantle me. I'm like I become like a bumbling clown.
So you wouldn't be able to wrestle in NXT because William Regal would just like, if he came out to like interrupt you, you'd never be able to cover promo.
He'd be like, Dad, face the wall, ass games.
Wardrobe.
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 I think we've only talked about Kenny Omega in this episode. Who
Hey,
cares?
it's the war. It's first of all, this episode is the go home final finale of the Winter War Games
Yeah,
extravaganza.
but there's an encore on Friday.
I actually got a shot. I have a picture of William Regal looking at Dan's ass in fitting.
Oh, you do? Let me see. Oh, face the wall and shut up, Dan.
Wardrobe, face the wall. It's wardrobe.
Oh my god. Oh my god. It was like, oh god.
Yo,
She-
ass his
Yo, this woman said to
key.
me, by the way, again, I have no beef with, I thought this woman was cool. If she happens to hear this, but she won't. But like, she was like, I put the shirt on. I'm still going with this. I put the shirt on, and she's like, you've somehow made a smart shirt stupid. I was like, oh my god.
Does she need to like insult you like that?
She was awesome.
What the
I
fuck?
loved it. She's like, look what you did to this smart shirt. Like,
You've
Like
reduced
Simon Cowell.
you've reduced this shirt from being an Oxford grad to being a single issue voter by just putting it on.
I love myself.
Wow.
oh, it was unbelievable. I was
Wow.
like, please. I was literally there being like, please, no
Holy
one here
shit.
mention that I have a pro wrestling podcast because this woman's gonna destroy me. Like, I can't have her. I can't have anything else hit my credibility with this person. She again, she was cool. It was just different styles. It was really funny. But anyway, okay. Speaking of, while we're talking about fashion, posted a pic. I bought these sneakers because Roman wore them on Friday.
Dude, what's up with your laces, bro?
You guys, I've never been so skewered on the Comedians of Wrestling Facebook group. I posted these sneakers. I'll be honest. I'll make myself vulnerable here after we're already talking about me getting literally like firing squad of everybody looking at my ass. But it's like I posted a picture of these being like, yo, by the way, which I think is legitimately cool. I'm like, yo, I got these sneakers because Roman rocks them. The
Yeah, that's
Tribal
amazing.
Chief
That's
wears
great.
them. And then I posted them. Everyone's like, yo, what are those boomer shoes? Everybody's like, these look like
My 507s.
Everyone was like, yo, these look like, well, Timberly was like, they're a little boomer for me. I can read you. I got to read you. You guys talk about it for a second.
This
I'll
is
read
good.
you the
Yeah.
comments.
So I
Like
think
when- go ahead.
one of the main, just kind of like a real rough kind of overview of maybe
Yeah.
some of the issues and
Newman
opportunities I
was
see with
tearing
these
me
shoes.
apart today about these
Right.
sneakers.
So the different color upper from the sole, right, is boomer all the way, right? Black upper, gray sole. That's like
Right.
Silver Series Walmart 927, right? The lace strategy you have
Yeah.
is a little questionable. I would maybe tuck them behind the
Tongue.
tongue, right?
Yeah.
And then you got to shore up your pant leg opening. You got to shore that up.
Yeah, I mean, I think Newman's take about those sneakers was more about your pants being trashed than and not highlighting the sneakers enough.
Yeah,
to-
my guy's wearing
to make-
Levi's 501s.
I mean,
Relax
homeboy,
fit.
homeboy
Yo,
Roman's
Google
out on national
frames.
TV in joggers and highlighting his physique, and you're in Old Navy carpenter jeans.
Yeah,
like
he's got a
flaring
hammer
out,
loop.
like you haven't bought a new pair of jeans since 1994. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, first off, those are The brand is Frame. I got them at Nordstrom. Look it up. It's a very good brand.
Yeah.
I also have thicker legs, which we've covered.
Yeah, but
more than wrestling on
That's
this
fine.
episode.
that doesn't mean
My
shit.
legs eat pleats. Do your legs eat pleats?
Get
Okay?
a taper. Get a taper.
If
mean
I
shit.
wear, the size of my quads, if I wear a skinny jean, you're gonna be like,
Dan,
oh my god, it's the state.
You want to see what I'm working with right now? I could show you. My quads are big too. I'm a thick boy down low on my quads. That's where my weight is. I wear very skinny and skinny jeans. They have elasticity in them. They stretch. They actually feel very comfortable.
It might be
Go
a
to
sound
a
drop.
fucking
It might be
store.
future sound. I'm a thick boy down low. It might be.
Yo,
Look,
go
it
to
might be a sound
Tilly's.
drop.
Tilly's has
Might be-
good.
I'm a thick
good
boy
skinny
down
jeans.
low.
Go and put yourself in some skinny jeans, man. You
Okay,
deserve
can we
it.
read some of these? Can we read?
Yeah,
some
go
of
Yes.
these?
Yes.
John Silva said those look like the shoes every dad wears to a barbecue.
Facts.
You could fit a family of 4 in those openings, my guy. That's from Newman. That was him talking about my jeans. Here, hold on. What are those, Team Jordans? I don't know if that's an insult. Is it?
I think that's a real question.
Oh yeah. Aaron said it's not. Those jeans are not authorized by the tribal chief. Nathan
no.
Pierce said those shoes look more like the head of the prep line to me than the head of the table. Some people said I like them, but it was only a couple.
Look, the thing is, I'm not saying wear a skinny jean. I'm saying wear a slim fit taper. That's what you need.
Yo, I'm gonna show you these jeans right now. I have them right here. You're gonna see that the label says slim. Okay.
That's fine.
That doesn't mean shit. You have to try on jeans. I put on skinny jeans and realized, oh, I needed very skinny jeans. Like that,
Right. And
sometimes
you can
they
get
fit.
skinny, you can get slim fit jeans that aren't tapered. Those are not tapered. Those are slim fit, straight leg jeans. You need a slim fit taper.
Yeah, those are my best jeans.
Levi's 510s or Levi's 511s.
Levi 510s,
Okay.
511s, great jeans.
Okay, guys. So anyway,
Yo, Kai works for Levi's in LA. Go see your boy and get some get the hookup.
No, I'm on lockdown. All right, everybody. Sting is back in wrestling.
Yeah.
Sting came back, cut a promo. What do
Winter.
you guys think?
I was actually, I mean, I don't know that I thought he was not charismatic, but I was really kind of surprised at how charismatic he was. I had said in the text that he had big Jim Carrey energy. He felt like Jim Carrey under that paint a little bit,
big,
but
like a Bruce Campbell, Evil Dead.
yeah, for sure.
Groovy.
Yeah, I liked it a lot. I was excited.
I wasn't expecting him to talk so much and be like loosey goosey, fun Sting.
Yeah,
You
but
know,
he kept
like-
it. But at the end, he was like threatening.
That's what Sting
Yeah.
does, actually.
Yeah.
No, first off, I actually agree. I think Sting is really good on the microphone, kind of shadily, because it's jarring at first because his look doesn't match his promo. You know,
Mhm.
like he looks like Darby Allin, and Darby Allin barely speaks, and he's more brooding. It fits the look, you know.
Yeah.
But then Sting is like kind of like, hey, what's up? I'm happy to be here, but I look like the Crow. You know what I mean? What up, everybody? Hey, yeah, missed me. Sting is back. Oh, like, you know, and you're like, you know, but it does work because he has one of the better commands of performing and the microphone and confidence that he's earned over many, many, many years. That like you're like, oh, he feels like he is the master of his own domain. Where you're like, this is what he wants to do. I have no beef with it. Not to mention, if he's going after Darby Allin, then the juxtaposition of like Darby being full spooky.
Incredible.
There's no way that Sting, who's a born-again Christian who's 61 years old, is going to out-spooky Darby, who, like, lights his dick on fire for fun. You know what I mean? So if that's what it's going to be. But anyway, he disrespected Cody, that was a nice juxtaposition. By the way, if you've never seen Sting do his Heath Ledger Joker, just go on YouTube and watch a little bit of it. Like, he did probably 2009 TNA. He literally had full cosplay.
Joker
with
Sting.
that. He did the whole thing and Joker Sting, right? Yeah. You're like, whoa.
Yeah.
But he is kind of a skilled performer, Sting. And so you could see it because at the end when he called he had a full command of that promo. And when he's like Cody, he called him like kid.
Yeah.
You know, and the Shivani thing was really endearing. Like when he's just like, it's Sting. He's like saying for everybody. We all like it. It was fun.
I just wasn't expecting it at all. I was like blown away by it. Like it was just
yeah,
truly like just like taken back. He came out all quiet last week, and this was just like a complete. I felt like a work almost. Like I was like, whoa, holy motherfucking shit, Sting can go. Like
Sting doesn't have any truly. Look, obviously, I really missed his whole TNA run. Basically,
I know what it is,
but he doesn't have any truly memorable promos in WCW. His like moments that really lasted are like taking off the mask, not really being part of the NWO, doing his own thing in the rafters and whatnot. But that is how he's always cut promos, and so you kind of forget every time because his look is more memorable than what he says, but you also forget how comfortable of a performer he is. So
I will say that I think it's something that we've been talking about for a while now. It's like, and what my thing is like, hey, if you're coming over to AEW and you have the opportunity to recreate yourself or do something special, like do it. And this dude literally just showed up and was like, I'm so happy to fucking be here and I can be myself and I don't have to worry about crazy shit. And they're giving me the free reign to do whatever I want. I want that dude up in the rafters. He seems like a guy I want to wrestle and have a story with. I'm going to come after you and kick your ass, Mr. Cody Rhodes.
Right.
And then I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want after that. I signed here. I'm here. This seems like it's going to be the best time in my whole entire life. I'm here to stay. And it was like, all right. I might buy a Sting merch.
A note on Darby Allin. Just to be transparent, not one of my guys, probably never will be.
For the record, one of my guys.
That's fine. His makeup, right?
Yeah.
I would prefer it if it didn't look like he put it on with a like pool cue. Like it's the most sloppy, like it's like smudged and like
if you compare it to like Finn Demon makeup, it's way lower grade.
Yeah.
Even Jeff Hardy, Jeff Hardy's makeup's like at a point that's really like good, like he needs some help. There's got to be someone back there that can help him.
Dustin's there.
Yeah, that's true.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Oh my God, Dustin and Darby in the back,
Imagine if they're all just doing each other's makeup.
He's like no, kid, you gotta blend.
You know,
you gotta
like
blend.
Hustlers or whatever, like J-Lo being like, you're new here, like let me show you how to like put on the eyelashes or whatever. But it's dudes doing
or
each other's makeup
Tu Wong Fu when they're teaching Chi how to put on makeup.
Sting goes to Darby. Man. Sting's like, Darby, I want you to paint my face wearing this, wearing only this, and he's just got the baseball bat.
It's like, hey man, like have you tried like actually if you use, hey, I know you're doing your thing over here. They're both like in the mirror, you know, in the mirror, and he's like, hey, I know you're doing your thing. Like, I really love what you're up to. Just saying, have you tried a white concealer instead of the white paint because it runs less? And he's like, Darby's like, thanks for the tip, and then that's how it, you know what I mean? Like then they see each other outside after the show. Dustin smoking a cigarette, and Darby leaves after the show, and then he's like, "Hey, you have another one?" And then he's like, "Yeah. You're from where? Cleveland? Oh yeah, I'm from Cleveland also. What part?" And then right, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Then they start traveling together on the road, and then then Dustin dies. Darby's like, putting on the makeup for his big match, and he's write it up, baby. Do you think people want a Darby Dustin buddy road trip comedy?
I'm down. I'd watch the shit out of
People
that.
want, or do we want? Because those are two different answers.
I'm not
barely
people.
want this. I barely want this. I barely want it. I would watch it, but I barely want it. What was I talking about? Oh, yeah, but I also would argue that Darby's makeup being bad is kind of on game for him.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like
You think Darby's makeup is bad?
No.
It's sloppy.
I don't think it's supposed to be anything other than
I don't think
like
it's supposed
good.
to be like gloss.
He's trending on like remember the turtle guy, the turtle kid? I like turtles.
I like
He's trending on that and
I
like,
like
being
turtles.
really. He's in a happy medium of those two. But his pay-per-view looks. I think.
What did they ask that kid, the turtle kid? They're like, Trump or Biden? And he's like, I like turtles.
I think I remember seeing on something behind the scenes or
Right.
someone was airbrushing Darby backstage, and like it was for the pay-per-view when he had that tree on him, like half tree and stuff, for whatever the last pay-per-view was.
His pay-per-view makeup can be really good.
Yeah, they go all out. I think on his everyday shows he might just half-ass his face on his own, you know.
Anyway, so Sting going after Darby was pretty interesting. And he did say kind of like, yo, this guy's biting my style. Perfectly fine feud, right? I love that he wasn't going after Cody. We knew Shaq had beef with him, so we knew that was going to go that way. But, like, yo, you want to see Sting with the younger guys. That's what you want to see, you know? Like, when Sting was going against Rollins, that was cool. And then once he was feuding with Triple H, I'm like, all right, this makes sense. It's more like, yeah, this makes sense more than, like, it's truly exciting. But if you remember that awesome paper that was with Night of Champions, Rollins was both the U.S. champ and the heavyweight champ. And he wrestled Sting and then Brock?
No way.
Don't remember.
I don't know. Does anybody know that?
I don't remember.
Phil, maybe we ask Phil.
I don't. That pay per view was he wrestled. Oh, it's gonna bother me. But that was like, you know, sometimes you take some of these promos for granted. But anyway, some of these random pay per views have killer cards.
I'm already looking. I hope that happens at Revolution. Honestly, I really hope we get Sting versus Darby.
Is Sting gonna take bumps though? I thought like he cannot.
I think against. But here's the thing: against a guy like Darby, I don't know. I can't speak to this. I'm not a wrestler. I would just assume that the bumps are less lethal, right? Like less impactful. I mean, if he's going to take bumps, I guess I'd rather it be against a guy like Darby, you know. And a lot of the spots in Darby's matches aren't always as the impact and the hurt being towards his opponent. It's actually self-inflicted pain. You know?
Well, we'll see. I mean, honestly, I think it's more like he can't stay away from wrestling, right? And it's so much money. He's just like, fuck it, I'm gonna do it.
I want to know that contract
we'll
so
see.
bad.
I want to make sure I don't get to. I want to jump to this next topic. Tony Khan was on TNA and cut a promo. It was essentially billed like a commercial he paid for in Impact. It was. I really liked it. I thought. I said last week that now Tony Khan has no choice but to be part of the like kayfabe. He can't be hiding because it's if they're going to be blending with the other company. Now, this Impact crossover was not as substantial as we had hoped, you know, as we worked ourselves into thinking. That all being said, one thing I just want to point out one thing about Tony Khan. A lot of people are like, some people were complaining, being like, oh, his acting wasn't so convincing and blah, blah, blah. My kind of hot take about it is that, like, when it's shoot, there's a lot of leeway. Like, we know that Tony Khan is a 35-year-old billionaire. He has more. He, on his own, is worth more than Vince McMahon. Not even counting his dad's money. Okay?
Right.
So, we know for a fact that, like, he really believes this. So, like, honestly, I'm not like, I need a great performance from him. Because I'm like, the guy's fucking, the work shoot element of it is so strong. The shoot is strong with this one, you know, that I'm fine with it. Not to mention, he did one thing that was very subtle, but it was the standout moment for me from Tony Khan's promo, is that, what are you going to do? You have a billionaire, but are you going to come out, you're going to rock the suit because, like, Vince wears the suit. Like, Trump wears the suit. This guy has more money than Vince and Trump, right? He rocks the team he owns logo. Next level baller is to be like, I can wear a logo on television because I own this shit. Who's going to sue me? You know what I mean? That, I think, like, wearing just like, I'm glad he didn't wear a suit. There. And I'd said in the past, I'm like, he should look better and blah, blah, blah. But, like, if he's going to lean into wearing Jacksonville Jaguar logos, no beef there. That fits perfectly into the AEW brand, which is like They live on this show happens on planet Earth. You know?
So is this the one instance where you're okay with regular sports being in wrestling?
I mean, sure, but it has nothing. No, there's a lot of elements of sports that I'm cool with in wrestling, including
Lawrence Taylor.
Lawrence Taylor. I think there's even the Floyd Mayweather. I don't care, but I don't like. I'm not gonna follow them back to their sports. I'm not gonna watch the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm never gonna go to. You couldn't even give me free tickets to the front row of a Jacksonville Jaguars game. I wouldn't give two shits.
What if Kenny says that if you take a V trigger, you have to go to the game?
I would do anything for a V trigger. If you have video of me eating a V trigger, I mean, come on, that's like the only thing I would do. There's a lot of stuff I want more than a V trigger to the face, but but it's up there. Like a Stone Cold Stunner from Stone Cold's like my dream, you know.
Oh man, that sounded really funny.
I would like to give and receive Stone Cold Stunners with Stone Cold. Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, like what's his name did, right? In that
like Becky?
No, the guy from Impractical Jokers.
Saul Volcano?
Yeah, he was in the ring with Stone Cold, learning dancing with Lance Archer, actually.
That's I got to say, Dan, I don't think you're ever going to take a stunner from Stone Cold just because Sal Volcano is sort of like alternate timeline you anyway. And so if we're in the timeline where he took it, we're definitely not in the timeline where you
I don't know if he took one. Did he end up taking one from Stone Cold there or no? I forget.
But I'd like to get that. I would like a people's elbow, a rock bottom into a people's elbow from The Rock. I would like an Olympic slam looks like a lot of fun. I would love to be F5'd. And like one where like I really get like he really goes in on me. I would love that. Would adore to be tombstoned. That would be amazing. Would love to receive a swanton. I get to watch Jeff swanton onto me. That would be really fun. Don't want Mr. Sacco. Not even like, you know, I have friends who've been Mr. Sacco.
How about a
fiend? What?
How about a fiend claw?
I don't want any of those guys' hands in my mouth. I can imagine what that's like. That's less of an honor. But I would love a Sister Abigail with a smooch. I would take that. That would be great.
What if he like whispered in your ears, "Keep watching wrestling," and then kissed you on the forehead?
I would be like, literally slam my head as hard as you want onto the mat. Life is over anyway, baby.
Hard.
I mean, oh man, that was great.
That was beautiful.
What move? If you had to choose one wrestler give you a move, what would it be? In the middle of the ring, unless it involves.
I would want a people's elbow. I would want a people's elbow from The Rock.
Yeah.
I feel like that's just the best move ever to just be laying there and watching him run.
What about
over
a Goldberg spear?
I don't care about that.
No, you don't care about that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would take a choke slam from Taker.
What about a curb stomp from Seth?
Yeah, I'd eat that shit.
Yeah,
Actually, no, because I'd be too scared to have my face smashed into the mat.
Oh my god. So number 1 is the Stone Cold Stunner. Number 2 is a true RKO out of nowhere.
Yeah.
All right, meaning it needs to be like a surprise gift from somebody.
Yeah.
I'm like just going to my car, and then Randy runs up and just RKOs me. Like, you know what I mean? Like fully.
And we know from history that you would instinctively take it.
Yeah, I'm always
like
ready for kayfabe.
Yeah,
absolutely. I'm always ready for kayfabe. Wow. Have barely touched any topics on here. But yeah, I thought that was fun. Yeah, look. You guys bring up whatever AEW stuff you want. I want to bring up something that's a little outside of it. Actually, I'll say this last thing. I think that the main event of AEW tonight felt like a real main event for the ring, right?
I think I know why. It's because what I said last week was that Orange Cassidy is failing in front of a live crowd. I think his gimmick is not getting over enough for these antics to keep showing up on live TV. So he he needs to just show up and do his thing. Like, he needs to be a wrestler right now. And honestly, he really just came out and wrestled a fucking perfect match tonight. Like, he did none of the antics, just a little bit here and there, none of the stuff. But him and MJF,
Cassidy?
Yeah. And I was really impressed with what he did tonight, because after a while, it's just the same shit over and over again. You can't keep doing that stuff. Like, without that live crowd, without that live reaction, that isn't good. And tonight he came out and wrestled, and that was awesome. You know, he wanted that ring.
Yeah, I mean, I thought that. I'm glad they kept it on MJF. I thought the match was really fun. I love that. I love the beach break move. I always forget to talk about that. That move he does, which is, it's kind of like almost, I don't even describe it. It's like
Spin-a-Rooney DDT.
No, it's like an Alabama slammer, but he just drops you, like.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he like picks you up and then he just kind of lets you. It's like a move that Vince would be like, don't do that, because
Alabama slam, right? Alabama slammer is a drink.
Oh, isn't it? Is it called the Alabama slam or the Alabama slammer?
I think it's Alabama slam.
I mean, I'm gonna go with you on that. What I said doesn't even make sense. Yours sounds like a move, but yeah, like where you pick him up like that, but you just kind of let him. He sits.
Yeah.
You know, like you have their legs here. I don't know, the way Orange Cassidy does it. It looks really cool. Like AEW wrestlers, those indie guys have a lot of moves that are like they're not properly supported. You know, but they do them faster so that you land correctly. Those, they don't really do those at all in WB. Does that make any sense?
Correct.
Newman's correct. Pesapani saying it's the Alabama Slam.
Wow.
Which by the way is a move I love. Hardcore Holly used to do it. It's that move looks devastating anytime you do it. You're like, I don't want to take one of those, but I would love to. But yeah, that main event felt good. I want to comment randomly about. I felt like the end was a little schmozzy for me. I don't need the video game brothers to show up. Actually, I'm now calling Miro Mario, and I'm calling fucking the other guy Luigi. What's his name? Kip Sabian Luigi.
And
those are the Mirio brothers.
And what's her name is Peach.
Yeah, Princess Peach, the Mirio brothers. The fucking Mirio brothers. Those guys are so deeply in my Jabron zone. When your gimmick is video gaming, by the way, no disrespect to playing video games. Video games are dope. But I don't dig it. Not to mention, Miro does a thing that really rubs me the wrong way, but you could argue it's heel heat, which is I feel like he just buys whatever high-end store, whatever they tell you to wear.
Versace.
Like, right, he's wearing the ugliest Versace shit, and I don't believe he thinks it looks bad. Like, I'm not getting the vibe that he's pulling a Rock, where, like, the Rock's like, this shirt is, like, $30,000. Are you saying it looks good?
I kind of like the way he looked tonight. I thought
the shirt is
You also have fur-lined Crocs, do you not?
Me?
No, Tulo. Or not a fur line, but they're animal print Crocs. So of course you like the way he's dressed.
Bye, Kai. Thank you, Kai.
I send it you to deletion.
Oh, this is blasphemy. Don't even fucking attack me for my fur-lined leopard print Crocs with the
Crocs are
shit.
in style.
All I'm saying is that it is fuckboy adjacent. That's all I'm saying.
What up, book boy?
Oh my god.
Let's go.
Shit.
Go. Dude.
I'm not saying you're a fuckboy. I'm saying you dress like a fuckboy.
Listen, I have two kinds of style, which
Hello?
by the way has been very in question this episode in particular. But I like just kind of plain. I don't like to wear brands. I don't see I fucking hate. Well, I don't care if I wear a brand, but I don't like when they are advertising on my chest or whatever. Like, right? Like I hate. Like I'm gonna give my body to a company. I fucking like. I just one day that like turned on me where I was like, oh, like even when I see those soccer jerseys, they like gross me out when it's like Spectrum Mobile soccer team, and then in the corner it's like we're like Manchester United or whatever. Like I'm like, ugh, but they're getting paid for that, so whatever. But if I'm gonna walk around, that being said, like if it's something I believe in, like a wrestler, I love to rock it. If I'm supporting an artist or like a podcast, like if you rock like cow shit, I'm all for that, you know. But like when you're gonna be like Versace, Dior, whatever the fuck, in this ugly ass sweater, like that's like high fashion, and high fashion is just the most bullshit Emperor's New Clothes of bullshit. For me. Yeah, I just think Miro, like video games, and you just buy whatever's on the mannequin at the front of Versace. No. Put a little more thought into your look.
Other than his gear, I thought for the first time, it was like believable that he was like a real threat. Like it felt like he showed up tonight. You know, I think
the
it was
style
cool.
of clothing was good, and
Yeah.
he fucking threw Chucky T. Like I don't know was that a botch or was that he like lawn darted him into the floor?
Yeah,
That was crazy.
Yeah, he beat the shit out of some people tonight. There,
No,
yeah.
I dig that, and I actually like the way the clothes fit him and stuff this time. And I like that he was wearing joggers. Like I'm not knocking. I'm saying what it is. It's like he feels like, and he is a foreign guy. A guy who shows up to America, goes to Rodeo Drive. You know what I mean?
Hits Zara, then goes to Gucci, then Louis, then
and he's like, make me fashion. You know, like
Do you have Supreme? And Yeezys? Yes.
We are verging on xenophobia here. Let's just reel it back in.
Yeah, I was trying.
Let's reel it back in.
How did I do, Newman?
I mean, you started it, so.
Okay, all right. Well, wait. Actually, you should. All right, can we redo the bit then? Can I rewind?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay. All right. Like he shows up to the store. Miro shows up. He lands from a equally as good country as this one, but with different style. And he gets to Rodeo Drive. He goes in the store and he's like,
Fashion.
"How's that? How's that? Better?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Oh man,
You evaporated Tulo.
Tulo's gone. Tulo's gone. Yo, I gotta tell you, this episode's a fucking blast. The least wrestling content. The least wrestling content. And that's how I like it, man. Go listen to fucking Donnie 5-star. Go listen to Donnie. I thought that was a 6-star match. I have no idea how this isn't the #1 wrestling podcast. I cannot believe what these marks listen to. I thought that one flip-a-doo was really a good flip-a-doo. I mean,
I've never heard you do a voice before.
that was an execution. The execution of that spinneroonie was A+. I love that spinneroonie. This is the Mark Ritter. And I thought that the way he sold that spinneroonie was exceptionally spinny. When he jumped off of the turnbuckle, I literally thought he was going to fall down. But it turns out he landed on his feet and really executed that move to tremendous execution. It was a terrific spinneroonie. I thought that was my #1 spinneroonie.
This is the new money or old money wrestling podcast.
New Money Wrestling fan.
Yeah.
I really liked that turnbuckle move. Really good entrance.
Just a tremendous effort.
It was a tremendous. I thought he looked spectacular. I thought his abdominals, especially the top abdomen, looked really defined.
I looked at my wife. I said, Bunny, can you believe he pulled off that move?
I said, Bonnie, can you believe what a spectacular event we're seeing tonight? I mean, 6 stars, honey. 6 stars out of 5. Can you believe it? In the Tokyo Dome, of all places. We weren't even going to come. We were running late for dinner. We skipped dessert, which me and Bonnie, we never skipped dessert. And we got here late just in time for the main event here in the Tokyo Dome.
We said to Bill and Cheryl, we said, we have to go. We have a 5-star match to attend at the Tokyo Dome.
And they said, don't worry, we'll get the check this time because you always get it. And it was good to hear him acknowledge that because we had talked about maybe not going out with them anymore. What are we doing?
I don't know. Who knows at this point? There's no way to find out.
Holy shit, man. I'm fucking crying, man.
Anyway,
man.
I'm going to jump over to I'm gonna jump over to. I listened to Renee's podcast, Renee Paquette, formerly known as Renee Moxley.
The curiously named Oral Sessions.
Why is her podcast called Oral Sessions?
You got me, man.
Let me tell you something. That is a weird name for a podcast. We'll all agree on that.
Yeah,
but
it's a weird name for anything except for a themed porn like trilogy.
Yeah, the Oral Sessions feels like it's hosted
Oral
by
Sessions
like
9.
Fucking, I can't think of a porn star.
Right.
But
it's just a weird choice. It's just a weird choice.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, so anyway, but that being said, it was nice to hear a podcast with worse audio quality than mine. So that made me feel good. Especially because we're working so hard to get that is a dig, but no, honestly, to be honest, Renee is incredibly charming.
Yeah, she's a great interviewer.
She has such a down to earth vibe. I was looking for a different term. But she is just such a genuine listen. She has a gift. That's what, and she was talking to CM Punk. That's why I turned it on. And she had a great combo with CM Punk. She was shooting on WWE pretty openly.
Yeah. I'll have to listen to it.
Two things. I'm surprised no one's talking about it. I mean, I think CM Punk's heat's died down a little, where it's not we're definitely not in the zone of if Punk said something, we need to all hear it. That's definitely died down. He's been gone 7 years at this point. And as always, Punk, I always say, one of my favorite wrestlers. Adored his run. He's really important in wrestling. Not a guy I'd be friends with. I have a hard time thinking we would get along at all.
Yeah.
It feels like it would be like that, like a British wardrobe woman, But,
Yeah.
but anyway, here's the interesting thing. Renee was talking about doing commentary. And she was basically openly admitting, that was hell. And it was, you had to read between the lines a little bit because she was making the interview about CM Punk, which was good. But she would be Vince would just yell in my ear, and he's you cannot recover from this. So I would just stare into the lens and say nothing for the rest of the segment. It was like that.
Yeah.
It was you can't do it. And then she was complaining about WWE as an organization, being I couldn't even get a cooking show on the channel there. And you're why? Why is the WWE Network, which, by the way, props to the WWE Network, because this is a sidebar, but the Keith Lee 24 is excellent.
Yeah.
Must watch almost, I would say.
Yeah.
Really
I
well
gotta check
done.
it out.
It's amazing.
It's amazing. He's an amazing. I have a deep respect for Keith Lee now. I doubt I'm going to put up with. Well, we're going to put up with Shebs anyway, but the way he shits on Keith Lee now, I don't even think I can handle it after watching how this guy believed in himself so hard. The guy is inspiring, and he came from a tough go.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know anything about him as a dude. The only thing I knew about him is I'd seen him wrestle in PWG. He's awesome. And I think he's doing great. I think, again, any of my criticisms of him, I stick by. I think he could tune it up a little bit in terms of the whole package. But I think he will get there. And it's cool that Vince is behind him. But anyway, I'm saying is that, you're Renee, why wouldn't Renee have a hard time getting it? She's wrote a cookbook. So she's able to sell a cookbook to an actual publisher, but can't get WWE to give her a cooking show where she would cook with wrestlers?
I would watch
That'd
that.
be a no-brainer show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You're anyway.
Well, here's a perfect example, and this is good. Yeah, Brandy Rhodes on their AEW's brand Shot with Brandy, and she has wrestlers coming on, having drinks and talking and doing wrestling stuff. So it's if you want to do creative stuff, it doesn't seem like it's the easiest place to get it done over there. And honestly, if you got guys like Sting coming to AEW and reviving their careers, man, oh man.
I said this when I interviewed over there, you get the sense this goes how it goes. gotta not do anything here. Like, you know, I don't think that's a secret. I don't think I'm exposing them by any means. We all know it. But like, I saw it even from my limited like interactions there. You know. Anyway, okay. We said we basically covered everything I wanted to talk about this week, including casting, looking at my ass, and how you should all Venmo me at Dan Black Attack, 69 cents, please, so I can go nice. Venmo me and say nice, and also say I'm the king of content. But no, last thing I want to say, we did briefly talk about Abaddon. What I want from AEW, I want them to really invest in this character of Abaddon, even if she turns out to be a huge failure. Because right now, I see her set up for failure, personally. I feel like what she's doing requires more production from them than they're giving her, right?
Mhm.
She's killing it with her costume alone, but the fact that she's entering with no lights, she's coming out with a full wash, you know?
Yeah.
Sting's getting snow. Now, he's Sting, I get it, but like, I'm only asking for a little bit of red lights for this.
That's it. Turn the lights off.
know?
Get some red lasers going.
Yeah,
That's
and
it.
she should beat Sheeta because I have a hot take. Sheeta stinks. I you know what? She's a good wrestler. She's had some matches I dug, but I saw tonight her trying to sell that she was scared of Abaddon, and it was fucking green. And
it's the same way you say that Abaddon needs stuff is the same way Sheeta needs things as well. You know what? They have invested nothing into those women and their champions at all. So until they start doing that, which they're starting to do now.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I'm like, I want to see Jade in the ring ASAP. She is like the most jacked person I've ever seen him out. Jade.
Who?
Jade.
Oh yeah, Jade. What's
The
her
most-
name? Carter.
And she's with Nyla and Vicky Guerrero.
I forgot about Shaq.
Shaq.
Because whatever.
I mean,
do
look,
have something to
anything
say
that
about
keeps
Yeah.
that keeps Jade off of the mic, if that's work in the ring, keeping her off the mic, that's amazing.
We all agree. Keep her on the lens, off the mic.
Off the mic.
Jesus Christ, she is
Well-
so jacked. Actually, I gotta follow her right.
Look
now.
how good, but look how good AEW is, right? They probably noticed that. The next week, she was with Vicky Guerrero and Nyla Rose. So now she has Vicky Guerrero as her. Hey, listen, it didn't really go the way we thought it was. Probably nerves. Let's let you get comfortable. We got someone who's a pro here who can speak for you.
That was one of the worst segments I remember in AEW history. Her segment with Cody and just saying Shaq. That was one of their worst.
Yeah,
worst.
I mean,
But they've corrected since.
I'm not really into the Shaq stuff at all. Like, it doesn't really.
I am big Shaq Mark.
Yeah,
Big old
Really?
Shaq Mark. Oh yeah.
Well, but okay, so we need to talk about this. And
Sports aren't exactly my thing, so.
But I have no beef with Shaq being there.
I'm
all about AEW growing.
Well, here's let me can I talk about this point? And can
Yes,
I
you
do
can.
can I plug real quick since you didn't even intro me on the pod again? Oh
shit. I didn't.
No, you just
No, I
got
said
new
too low. I said earlier, yo, too low. Is that right? That counts.
Yeah, okay, fine.
Bro, I had way
so-
too many stories this week. And we were off the rails this week, Matty would
Yeah,
say.
yeah, no, it's fine. I'm only messing with you. But I'm getting like my Twitch going at Tiptoe with Tulo on Twitch and on Twitter at Tiptoe with Tulo. And I was messing around with my Twitch, and while I was doing that, I was watching AEW Live, and some of the Jabroniacs, John Don, Glenn, Chris Horvat, Donnie Adonis. If I'm forgetting anybody else, I'm sorry, but people were on there.
Is this a Mark Dead End?
I'm starting to forget why I was talking about this.
Oh my god!
Yep.
That's another.
No.
Wow.
No, you need to cue up.
Hold on.
You need to cue up the
What is it?
Oh,
What's
I know
the
what. I
Razor
know what. I know
Ramon?
what.
The
I got it. I got it.
The more the Foley one, though.
I got it. You have to let me finish because then we're gonna go get down this.
Okay.
All right.
That's gonna be the Mark Dead End sound effect though. I think the Foley one is more of a crash.
Yeah.
The Razor Ramon one's just tire streaks like a
Yeah.
sharp turn. The Foley one is a full car crash. The Mark Dead End. What's when you? By the way,
is
Tulo,
it. I'm ready
it's
for
not
getting-
making fun of you. It's endearing. Like you
Yeah.
mark yourself into a corner.
Yeah, I marked myself into a shoot.
Absolutely.
So, fucking, I hate you so much. Okay, so the schedule.
Oh my god.
So I'm on my Twitch, and then they flash up the the screen. It's a schedule coming out. They're doing an NBA December 23rd. They're doing a thing right after NBA Live. So obviously we're getting a TNT cross promotion with Shaq and NBA and AEW. So I'm sure they'll do something there. And then on December 30th and the following week, January 6th, they're doing New Year's Eve Bash Part 1 and Part 2. I think we got to do a formal December 30th Cow Zoom Thunderdome live party where we all dress up for New Year's Eve extravaganza. And the only thing you can drink are LaCroix cocktails and the champagne, Chris Jericho champagne. He wasn't even paying attention.
I should have known better, dude.
I don't know what you're talking about. We'll talk
December
about that later.
30th. We could all fucking. I'm talking about a thing to do. Whatever, man. People are gonna be excited about it. They can dress up. We can do a Kazoo Thunderdome on December 30th for New Year's extravaganza.
Oh yeah. Okay, it sounds dope. By the
You're
way,
an
I'm getting I'm actually getting. You just reminded me. That sounds good. We'll talk more about that after. I missed it, but well, I was thinking about my fitting today. But I think that I'm getting a lot of messages about the 9 to 5 special this year, the 8-hour episode, and I will have announcements about that next week about the plans for that. We're still in the process of figuring it out. Obviously, there's some unique challenges for it, but we'll figure something out. We'll have some kind of holiday thing for the patrons to celebrate. I have a couple of ideas we're floating. So the point is, we didn't forget about it because I saw you guys' messages. I didn't respond to all you guys. Okay. Cool. Let's just talk about Shaq before we get out of here. I'm excited that Shaq's there. Newman, you're a huge Shaq mark?
I am.
Like as a personality or as a basketball player?
As a personality. Like, I mean, he was a great basketball player, but I was always a Bulls fan. So I was never like a Shaq basketball mark, but he is a DJ. He's an EDM DJ, and there's footage of him. Yeah, there's footage of him like in the pit at like EDM shows, fucking headbanging, going wild. He's
so much taller than everybody. He's like 8 feet tall.
Yes, and as a personality, he just has it all. Big Shaq fan.
Oh yeah, I felt like
on
Shaq
show too.
This
Reality
is the first time I've actually seen Shaq speak like for more than the last time I remember hearing Shaq speak is when he said something xenophobic about Yao Ming.
Oh yeah, probably right.
And then he goes, "Yo, I was just kidding. I'm an idiot prankster." He like compared Yao Ming to Godzilla or something, right? That's like the last thing I remember about Shaq, right? Besides he's Shaq.
Also, isn't he like affiliated with Papa John's?
Yeah,
he's like a majority. Yeah, he's like a majority owner
he's like,
of Papa John's.
He's the chairman of the board or whatever. They're like he has a seat on the board of Papa John's. But anyway,
better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
Hey, 40 pizzas for $30.
Isn't Papa John Schnatter like a racist or something? That guy?
Oh
John
yeah, big time,
Schnatter?
big time. He lost his mind. He lost his mind.
The Papa John's guy. Anyway, so I thought Shaq was really convincing actually here. Like he felt like he was like, he was saying like shit he didn't believe in. He was backing it. But yeah, I didn't like when they did that. But like, he felt like, oh, he's like a snake. And then he threw that last comment in. I didn't love Brandy's performance there, but like, you know, it still was better for her. But whatever. Shaq versus Cody, it'll be fun.
Yeah,
right?
I'm in for it. Yeah.
You think that'll happen at Revolution or on like a random Wednesday night? Probably at one of these New Year's shows that's coming up that you just completely ignore. So that's fine.
One of the funniest things is go back.
Are you talking about the AEW New Year's show?
Yeah.
Well, I was getting messages from whatever. There's also an NXT show on the 6th, right? That's what you're saying?
Yeah, but they're doing part 1 on December 30th. So it's like before New Year's. So I was saying we can do a New Year's extravaganza, watch that live with all the Patreons. And we all dress up.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll figure. Let's figure out. We'll figure out the 9 to 5. We'll figure all that stuff out.
Of course.
But yeah, what were
one
you
of
saying,
the
Newman?
One of the funniest moments. Everybody should go back and find it. It was from a WrestleMania. it was either WrestleMania or Rumble, but it was when like maybe it was like a battle royal before like Mania, how they opened the show with that sometimes, where Shaq was feuding with Big Show, and they had like a couple programs, and like they finally met in the battle royal, and it was a Rumble. They tossed each other out, and then you see Big Show kind of pat him on the back, kind of like, all right, let's get out of here. Like they completely break kayfabe, and like they're on camera and they're just like, kind of smiling, laughing, and Big Show's like, all right, let's go. Pats him on the back and leaves. It's hilarious.
We were supposed to see Shaq. Remember they set up. Shaq showed up to Raw, right?
Yeah.
We were supposed to see Shaq at WrestleMania versus Big Show, right?
I forget.
That was supposed to be at WrestleMania 33 in Orlando. We were supposed to see Shaq versus, it's come back to me, Big Show, and then it just fell apart.
Right.
Yeah. So Shaq's probably been wanting to wrestle for a while, right?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Anyway, we'll see where it goes. Anyway, the main point of this whole thing is that, like, where Kenny's at right now, considering this is the beginning of his run, and you compare it to other runs where we're like, I'm not liking this, and all of a sudden it switches, like, he's in a great zone. So it's nice to see Kenny Omega delivering what people want to see from him. It's hilarious to get heel heat from calling his matches 7-star matches. He had a match where he cheated to win and still called it a 7-star match. That's fucking funny. So that's really fun. This whole episode I was interested top to bottom with the whole card, especially tag team wrestling. Like, tag team wrestling is the one thing that's so bad in WWE that, like, the fact that I care about tag team wrestling, it's great. So anyway, I loved AEW tonight. Man, I really, if you don't like AEW, it's fine. There's tons of other wrestling. That's what's great about wrestling right now. There's such a diversity of programming now. There's so much. There's enough hours of
they're on
wrestling
fire.
where you can find what you want. But man, I really
Undeniable
hope
tonight.
you give it. I really hope you're not playing fucking favorites of, like, being like, I like this brand over that brand. Don't do that to yourself, you know?
No, don't.
I know it might feel like I'm doing that sometimes because I seem to be like an AEW guy, but, like, go back and listen to this podcast before they started. I really doubted them. I promise you, I'm just going based on, like, this feels cool to me. You know,
Me too. I mean, listen, look at me. I mean, I'm coming on here openly admitting that tonight was probably one of the best nights of, like, watching live 2 hours of TV. That it was just nonstop, and I was just, like, entertained the whole entire time. It's just undeniable. A good show. That was a good show tonight. They featured their, like, you felt like you knew everything about AEW after tonight.
I did.
Easily.
I loved it. It was a great show.
Yes. Did you see Kenny and Don Callis? And
Kenny, it felt like he was in kind of a cheap chopper for my taste, but we went with
Don.
Yo, he had the kind of chopper where it looks like you might fall out of the bottom.
Yeah, that's not
like,
healthy.
You know what I mean? Like
it's like a weather, like like the weather guy chopper.
Yeah, it feels like one where you have to keep your feet. It has no floor. You have to, like, keep your feet on 2 bars. You know,
It was the one that Batman in, like, that original Batman movie, like, way back in the day, was, like, hanging out, eaten by the shark, and it was
the Adam West Batman one where he has the shark repellent spray. Oh my God, those movies are that first movie is I'll watch it and die of laughing. Anyway, all right, guys, I think we covered it all. I have no vocal cords, and also, I took a lot of hits on this episode, and also, man, we covered a lot in this episode. First off, I mean, the biggest thing we got to mention is my dad has challenged me to a match against Kenny Omega for his copy of Amazing Fantasies 15, the first appearance of Spider-Man. Huge news on the podcast here. So Kenny, hear that. And by the way, I just want to say this, Kenny. If you wrestled me, a podcaster, for my dad's comic book, can you fucking imagine how much heat you would get? Can you imagine? Am I wrong?
Yeah. You're right.
Like, Kenny wrestles some random podcaster's host.
And just obliterates you.
He obliterates me for his dad's comic book and his inheritance.
Yeah, it's imagine if it, like, happened on, like, NXT where, like, Adam Cole wrestled some, like, sports podcaster or something, and the guy, like, punted him in the head, and then, like, dressed up like an asshole at an NXT takeover, and now it's just over, and it's like,
Pat
who even
McCaffrey.
cared? Oh yeah, that happened. Oh, okay. Well, guess what, Kenny?
He took a judge. Everybody, all these awesome wrestlers caught him. Oh
Yeah, Kenny, if you want to see how it's done,
No,
if
no,
you want
did
to
you
see
see
what
the
it's like
He's on a
to wrestle the king
platform.
of fucking content, if you want to see what it's like to wrestle the king of fucking content for the comic book that you are dying to have and you can't find, then step the fuck up and challenge my man Dan Black and see what it's like. Because guess what? You ain't playing. The boy's got experience. He's a champion, okay? And he'll defend that. He'll defend his inheritance, okay? His inheritance that he will retire on one day with everything he's got. And he'll wear undies, not some fucking joggers and tank top.
Just give
Fuck
me a
that.
month. Give
Yeah.
me a month to lean out. Just give me like a month to get lean.
And you do a cycle.
And yo, by the way, if I wrestle Kenny Omega, which now I'm gonna I don't know, I'm gonna read the secret once we get off of here. Manifest this. If I wrestle Kenny Omega, I'm gonna just post pics of me next to Pat McAfee every day. McAfee, what's his name? About this guy wrestling in sweatpants and a little stinky tank top. I'm gonna just post pictures next every day. This is how you do it. This is how you enter. This is how you show ultimate respect for wrestling. You don't show up. I mean, do you think Shaq will wear trunks?
By wrestling for your dad's Spider-Man comic.
Well, let's say he wanted it. He said he wanted it. All I'm doing is, Kenny Omega. Let me tell you, you're what? Oh God, I'm still shooting on Kenny Omega. Kenny, you're arguably the best wrestler in the world. Okay, I'm the best improviser that you know. Okay, and let me tell you, this is one of the ultimate yes ends of all time. This is one of the which is a lesson that all of you wrestlers could use. Okay, let me tell you something about me, Dan Black. I one time almost taught a workshop to WWE wrestlers, but then WWE pulled out because they didn't want to pay for it. Think about that. Think about what you could learn from me. Do you want to follow in WWE's footsteps and say no to Dan Black again? I don't think so. I don't think so. Not to mention, you only have something to gain. Will you beat me? 100% yes. 100% yes. There's no chance that I win. There's no chance that I put up any fight. Okay? My legs eat pleats for breakfast. Everybody knows this. What you gain, I'm literally paying you $20,000, my inheritance from my father, to give me one V-trigger, and I will eat the pin. I will look up at the lights and maybe never get up. Maybe never shower again. Now, Kenny, think about it. Remember when you wrestled the kid? The Heat, it put you on the map. Then you wrestled the doll, it put you on the map. Now you wrestle a podcaster. And that will make you the fucking king. Many would say it'll make you the tribal chief. I will call you my tribal chief. You'll be the head of my table, which used to be my father, who will be crownless when he gives over his prized item of Amazing Fantasy 15 to you for one V-trigger to the face of me. Kenny, think about it. Think about the Heat. We live in the internet era. It's all about thinking outside of the box. And the best way to think outside of the box is to wrestle a podcaster. And not just any podcaster. A podcaster who can squat 335 pounds for 4, unless he's a little sore from the day before. And then it's most of the time 3 or 3.5 with help. Patreon.com.
Let's go! Come on! Let's go!
Yeah,
come on! Hailing from Long Island, New York!
By way of North Carolina!
He is the 2-time Cal Heavyweight Champion.
Truth. Fact.
The tweeted.
Fact.
Instagram reel.
Yo, fuck Kenny. You know what? Your song sucks, Kenny. You know what was a killer song? This Leon Ross, bro. Everybody, welcome to Dan Black losing to Kenny Omega on January 11th, the anniversary of his
My birthday.
bar mitzvah.
Your birthday's on January 11th? Your birthday's on January 11th.
All right, we gotta go. All right. Everybody, Comedians of Wrestling. Patreon.com/Comedians of Wrestling. Venmo me 69 cents. Yo, everybody, Venmo me at Dan Black Attack. Couple things. I just want to clarify things because I'm getting a bunch of questions. Patreon.com/Comedians Wrestling gets you access to our bonus episodes. At the $5 level, you have access to our full archive of all of our bonus episodes, AEW, NXT episodes for like the past 3 years. Not always AEW, you know, but a lot of bonus episodes. Some of them are movie dissection episodes. At the $10 level, so you do get access to some of the Cal movie dissection episodes, which, by the way, has access to, those are movies with professional wrestlers in them. We discuss those movies. Those episodes, if you don't sleep on those, if you're like, I don't have any Patreon content, I don't have any content to listen to, sign up, check those out. I think our movie dissection episodes are some of the more underrated Cal properties, okay? At the $10 level, that gets you access to all of our bonus content, including every single Cal Movie Club episode. And that also gets you access to our both 8-hour episodes, annual episodes. So the value you get are, I never really push our archives, but like, especially in these times, if you're cleaning the house or something, $5 a month, $10 a month, that's it. You get access to, you can hear me fucking walk you through your whole fucking spring cleaning, baby. I don't really push that archives enough. So some people are messaging me like, what do I get? They want to sign up. So that's what it is. You get access to hours and hours of content. You will struggle to get through it all. And there's a couple podcasts I love that I pay for their archives. And let me tell you, like, it's a fucking blast to go back. You don't think that you would want to hear because you're like, oh, I want the most up-to-date ones. But go back. Podcast I like. I'll give you an example. Pete and Sebastian podcast. I listened to that all the way to the beginning. Before Sebastian Maniscalco is famous, really. And it's a blast. You hear him in reverse getting famous, you know? It's pretty cool. So don't sleep on how cool podcasts are going back. I know some of you listening, you went back, a couple of you maniacs went back to the first Cow episode. Which, man, one day I'll talk about that. Maybe I'll talk about that. I'll kick off the 9 to 5 maybe if we do it this year. I'll talk about just the day I recorded that first episode, which is like kind of a trip where it is now. It's nuts, you know?
I might, maybe I'll create something where I do it on like Twitch or do a channel where I go back and re-listen to the episodes of the pod from day one and just go through what.
we should just start like, you know, like just
I'm gonna do it.
Congratulating ourselves on a good job. Well done. Like,
yeah.
We'll go back and be like, yo, let's go Newman's greatest hits. Let's do it. All right, everybody. That's it. We said a lot. This episode was I had a great time, guys.
This was one of the best times I've ever had recording on this podcast. Easily. Yeah. Hands down.
Oh, man. We really went all in.
Winter War Games extravaganza, man. It will do it to you.
Time.
Newman, thanks for joining us, man. That was what a blast, man.
We had to bounce back from Sheb's awful attitude last night.
My God. Fuck that guy.
God. Oh, my God.
I'm still mad at him. I feel like he owes me an apology, but like, I mean, like, seriously, like, I mean, he even said some fucked up things to me for what? Like, I don't even know why.
Dude,
he didn't like Impact?
He was on something. We got to go. Listen, not like drugs. I mean, he was on one. You know what I mean? All right, everybody. Thanks for listening to the podcast. Everybody, fucking tell people about the show. Help us out. We're putting so much work into this. And thank you to the smooth operator, Phil Pesapani, who's helping us push out more content. Follow our YouTube channel. We're turning the podcast more. It's edited more like a show now. So the show's become more of a visual medium. So everything. We're up in the operation. Support the podcast. I've told you a million times how to do that. Thank you to the smooth operator. All right, everybody. Keep watching wrestling. Kisses.